Let me ask you something. What if I told you that the one thing you've been dreading, silence, could actually be your greatest weapon? Picture this: you're holding the key to unlocking emotional freedom, and it starts with doing absolutely nothing. Sounds too simple, right? But here's the twist: most people fail at the no contact rule because they fall into the trap of believing silence equals weakness. Well, buckle up because I'm about to flip the script. Silence isn't your downfall. Silence is your superpower. In this video, we're about to tear down the myths surrounding no contact and give you the real deal on how to transform emotional chaos into unstoppable strength. Let me guess, you've tried everything, haven't you? Late night texts, obsessing over why they left, waiting for replies that never come. Now, you're stuck wondering, does this whole no contact thing even work, or am I just torturing myself? Here's the hard truth: most people fail at no contact because they're focused on the wrong thing, the other person. That's where you're going wrong. This isn't about them. It's about you. Once you realize this, you'll stop playing games with your own peace of mind. In this video, I'm going to share 10 hard-hitting truths about how to stay strong during no contact, and we're not holding back. I'm talking raw, real truths that will make you rethink everything, not just about your relationships, but also about how you see yourself. By the end of this video, you won't just survive the silence. You'll own it. Stick with me to the end, trust me, this will change the way you approach every relationship you've ever had. Ready to hear it? Hit that subscribe button now, and if you're ready to watch till the very end, drop a "I'm ready" in the comments. Let's dive in. 1. Understanding the challenge. The hardest part of no contact isn't the silence, it's the stories your mind tells you about that silence. There you are, staring at your phone, wondering why they haven't reached out. Your thoughts spiral: maybe they've moved on. Maybe I wasn't good enough. Hold up. Those thoughts aren't reality. They're lies your mind creates to fill the silence. The truth is, humans crave closure. We'd rather face a messy, painful answer than sit in the discomfort of not knowing. But here's the tough pill to swallow: sometimes, no answer is the answer. Let that sink in. Silence speaks louder than words. But only if you're brave enough to listen. The challenge of no contact isn't just external. It's internal. It's about quieting the noise in your head and recognizing that your value doesn't depend on someone else's attention. Imagine this: you've been running a marathon with someone who stopped caring about the race long ago. While you're sprinting, they're on the sidelines, watching you exhaust yourself. No contact is the moment you decide to stop running. It's not giving up, it's giving yourself a chance to recover. And let's be real, it's going to hurt. It's like ripping off a band-aid. The pain is sharp, but at least it's real. What's the alternative? Staying stuck in a cycle of hope and disappointment, chasing after breadcrumbs of attention. You deserve more than that. You deserve the whole loaf. I know what you're thinking: what if they forget about me? Let me flip that around: what if they don't? What if your silence makes them realize what they've lost? The truth is, people only value what they fear losing. When you stop being available at their convenience, you stop being taken for granted. That's not manipulation. That's self-respect. Every time you feel the urge to text them, ask yourself this: what am I really hoping to achieve? If the answer isn't your own peace of mind, then don't hit send. The silence you're avoiding is the exact thing that will set you free. 2. The power of emotional detachment. The reason no contact feels impossible is because you've tied your happiness to their actions. If they text, you're happy. If they don't, you spiral. That's not love, that's dependency. And here's the kicker: they feel it. People can sense when you need them more than they need you, and it gives them all the power. Emotional detachment isn't about shutting off your feelings. It's about reclaiming your power. Right now, your emotions are like a puppet on a string, controlled by their actions. Every time they ignore you, you feel worthless. Every time they reach out, you feel validated. But what if you cut the strings? What if you stopped letting their behavior dictate your worth? Here's a secret most people won't tell you: emotional detachment makes you irresistible. Why? Because people are drawn to those who don't need them. The moment you stop seeking their validation is the moment you become intriguing. It's human nature: we want what we can't have. But let's take it deeper. Emotional detachment isn't just about them, it's about you. It's about learning to find peace within yourself. Think of it like this: if you're standing in the middle of a storm, you have two choices. You can either fight the wind and get blown around, or you can stand still and let it pass. Detachment is standing still. It's recognizing that you can't control the storm, but you can control how you react to it. Here's a practical tip for detaching emotionally: create distance, not just physically, but mentally. Every time you catch yourself thinking about them, redirect that energy into something productive. Start a new project, learn a skill, hit the gym. Do anything that reminds you of your own worth. The more you focus on yourself, the less power they have over you. Emotional detachment isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. You'll have moments of weakness, and that's okay. Progress isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. Keep showing up for yourself, even when it feels impossible. 3. Trusting your decision. So you've decided to go no contact, but now the doubts creep in. What if I'm making a mistake? What if they think I don't care? What if they move on? Let me stop you right there. Those thoughts. They're fear talking. And fear's only job is to keep you stuck. The decision to go no contact isn't just a strategy. It's a statement. It says, I value my peace more than your attention. I choose myself over this cycle of hurt. And that's a choice most people are too scared to make. They'd rather stay stuck in dysfunction than face the discomfort of growth. But let me ask you this: what has chasing them ever gotten you? Has it made them love you more? Has it brought you peace? Or has it just left you drained and defeated? No contact isn't about punishing them. It's about saving yourself. It's about stepping back. Embracing discomfort, the hidden key to growth. Let's face it, nobody likes discomfort. It's why we hang on to toxic relationships, why we send that desperate, "Hey, how are you?" text, or why we stalk their social media late into the night. But here's the brutal truth: growth and comfort cannot coexist. You can have one or the other, but never both. If you truly want to become stronger, wiser, and more self-assured, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. When you're in that no contact period, it's not a punishment. It's a transformation. Think about a butterfly fighting to break free from its cocoon. It's messy, painful, and slow, but without that struggle, the wings would never gain the strength to fly. Right now, you're in your cocoon, and that's silence. That's your metamorphosis in progress. But here's where most people go wrong: they believe that discomfort means they're doing something wrong. They start to second-guess themselves and wonder, would reaching out make me feel better? Here's the spoiler: it won't. Sure, sending the text might offer a quick hit of relief, but it comes at the cost of your long-term growth. Let's be real, if they truly wanted to talk to you, they would have by now. Discomfort reveals the cracks in your foundation. Maybe you relied too heavily on their attention for self-worth. Maybe you ignored your own needs just to prioritize theirs. Whatever it is, the pain you're feeling isn't there to punish you, it's there to guide you. So, next time you feel the irresistible urge to break no contact, sit with it. Don't distract yourself or run away. Just let it wash over you like a wave. Notice how it rises, peaks, and then fades away. That's the secret about discomfort: it's temporary. Every time you resist the urge to act impulsively, you're teaching yourself that you can survive without them. Think about it: every painful moment you endure is a deposit into your self-respect bank. It's proof that you value yourself enough to face the hard stuff head-on. And let's be honest, nothing worth having ever comes easy. Embrace the discomfort, because on the other side of it lies the version of you you've always dreamed of being. Underscore 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 underscore. Purpose over validation. Are you living for them or for you? Most of us spend our lives desperately seeking validation from people who don't even deserve a front row seat in our story. You know exactly what I mean, posting that "look how happy I am" photo on Instagram, hoping they'll see it and feel a pang of regret. But let me ask you this: why are you living for their approval when you could be living for your purpose? Validation is like junk food: it's quick, it feels good for a second, but it leaves you craving more. Purpose, however, is like a home-cooked meal. It takes longer to prepare, but it nourishes you in ways that last. During a no-contact phase, your purpose is your anchor. It's the thing that will keep you grounded when the silence feels overwhelming. Living with purpose means asking yourself, what can I create, achieve, or improve in my life that has nothing to do with them? Maybe it's finally hitting that fitness goal you've been putting off. Maybe it's starting that side hustle you've always dreamed of. Or perhaps it's as simple as becoming someone who inspires themselves. Imagine someone who spent years in a relationship where they were always second place, constantly bending over backwards to keep the peace. After the breakup, they went no contact and poured all that energy into building their dream business. Today, they're thriving, not because they got their ex back, but because they got themselves back. Living with purpose doesn't mean you stop caring about what happened. It means you stop letting it define you. Every moment you spend chasing validation is a moment you're not investing in your future. Here's the irony: when you start living for yourself, you become magnetic. People are drawn to those with a sense of direction and self-worth. So, here's your challenge: take all the time and energy you've been wasting on thoughts of them, and redirect it. Start small. Pick one thing you've been putting off, whether it's journaling, exercising, or learning a new skill. Commit to it, not to prove anything to them, but because you owe it to yourself. And remember, your purpose doesn't need anyone's approval. The only validation worth chasing is your own. Underscore 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 underscore. Building resilience, becoming unbreakable. Resilience isn't something you're born with, it's something you build, one brick at a time, one choice at a time. Right now, you're in the trenches of emotional warfare. No contact feels like a battle between your better judgment and your overwhelming need for closure. But here's the good news: every time you resist the urge to reach out, you're building a fortress of resilience. Let's break it down. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. At first, resisting the urge to text feels impossible. You'll have moments of weakness when you catch yourself drafting messages you'll never send. But over time, it gets easier. The silence no longer feels like a punishment. It becomes peace. Create a daily ritual that reinforces your strength. Maybe it's a morning journal where you write down 3 things you're proud of. Maybe it's a workout that makes you feel powerful. Or maybe it's as simple as repeating an affirmation like, "I choose myself." Whatever it is, make it a habit. Habits are the foundation of resilience. Think of resilience as your armor. It doesn't make the battles go away, but it protects you from the wounds that used to cut deep. And remember, resilience isn't about never feeling pain, it's about rising every time you fall. You're going to have tough days. The silence will feel unbearable at times. But resilience is what will carry you through. Here's the truth: resilience is sexy. There's nothing more attractive than someone who can weather life's storms and come out stronger. When you build resilience, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're showing yourself, and the world, that you are unbreakable. So, the next time you feel tempted to break no contact, remember this: every choice you make either builds your resilience or tears it down. Choose wisely. Because the person you're becoming, they're worth it. Accepting reality, the hard truth we all avoid. Some of the hardest truths to face are the ones we avoid the most. You know exactly what I'm talking about, the gnawing feeling in your gut when you replay old conversations, wondering if you could have done something differently to save the relationship. That mental movie never stops playing. But deep down, you know the truth: if the relationship was meant to work, it would have. No amount of overthinking will change that. Sometimes, love just isn't enough. Sometimes, people aren't ready for the kind of connection you offered. And sometimes, they just don't value you the way you deserve. Let that sink in for a moment. It's not about blaming them, it's about accepting reality. This is the hard truth you need to accept: if someone truly valued you, they wouldn't have let go. And it's not a reflection of your worth. It's just the way things are sometimes. Accepting reality isn't easy, but it's necessary for your growth. Transforming pain into power, unlock your hidden strength. Pain is something we all experience. If you're human, you've felt it, the sting of rejection, the ache of loss, the crushing emptiness of being abandoned. But here's a powerful truth: pain is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. It's here to show you where you need to grow, what you've been neglecting, and where change is necessary. Think about it, every scar you carry, whether physical or emotional, tells a story of survival. And right now, you're living through one of the most crucial chapters of your life. The pain you're enduring today is shaping the person you'll become tomorrow. The real question isn't, how can I get rid of this pain? It's, how can I use this pain to become a better version of myself? Here's a secret that most people won't tell you: pain is the catalyst for transformation. Look at every success story you know. Behind each triumph lies struggle, behind every victory, a battle. And behind every resilient person, there's a moment of pain that forced them to rise and overcome. You are in that moment right now. It may feel like the end, but it's actually the beginning of a stronger, wiser, and more resilient you. But here's the catch: you have to face your pain head on. You can't numb it with distractions or run from it with quick fixes. You must sit with it, learn from it, and let it guide you towards the person you're destined to be. How to turn pain into power, a practical approach. Start by asking yourself, what have I been neglecting? Maybe it's your health, your career, or personal growth. Whatever it is, use the energy of your pain to fuel your progress. Take your frustration, anger, or sadness and turn it into action. Sign up for that class, hit the gym, start journaling, do anything that reminds you of your inner strength. Here's another hidden gem: pain reveals your true priorities. In the midst of hardship, you start to see what really matters. You realize that seeking approval from others isn't worth sacrificing your peace. You discover that your worth isn't tied to anyone else's recognition. And most importantly, you realize that the only person who can truly complete you is yourself. Transforming pain into purpose, the ultimate shift. Now, let's talk about the ultimate transformation: turning pain into purpose. This is where the magic happens. When you use your pain to help others, it no longer feels like a burden, it becomes a gift. Perhaps your experience inspires you to create something meaningful, or it motivates you to support someone else who's facing similar struggles. Turning your pain into purpose is one of the most powerful things you can do. So here's a challenge for you: think about how your pain can make a positive impact. Maybe it's sharing your story to inspire others, volunteering for a cause you care about, or simply showing kindness to someone who's struggling. Pain has a way of connecting us, and when you use it to uplift others, you're not just healing yourself, you're healing the world around you. Shifting focus from pain to growth. Empower yourself. Shifting focus is crucial for growth. Your mind is likely filled with distractions, consumed by thoughts of someone else. You wake up thinking about them, go to bed thinking about them, and every moment in between is filled with questions. What are they doing? Are they thinking about me? Have they moved on? These thoughts don't just steal your peace, they trap you in a cycle of stagnation. Every moment spent fixating on someone else is a moment you're not investing in yourself. Think about it. You're pouring all your energy into a situation you can't control, while neglecting the one thing you can: your own growth. But here's the good news: you can end that cycle today. Shifting your focus isn't about distracting yourself. It's about redirecting your energy towards something meaningful, something that allows you to build, learn, or achieve without relying on anyone else. Imagine if all the time you've spent overthinking was instead spent on self-improvement. Picture yourself finally signing up for that fitness class you've been avoiding, or starting the business idea that's been on the back burner for months. What if you used your heartbreak as fuel for your next big achievement? Real-life example: the power of focus. Here's a real-life example. A man, after a painful breakup, decided to channel all his energy into fitness. He started small, just a few minutes of exercise a day. But over time, weeks turned into months, and he didn't just transform his body, he transformed his mindset. Focusing on his growth, he regained his confidence and discovered a strength he never knew he had. And guess what? His ex eventually noticed, but by that point, he didn't care. He was too busy thriving. Shifting your focus isn't about forgetting about them, it's about remembering yourself. It's about reclaiming the parts of you that were lost during the relationship and using this time to become the best version of you. Here's the irony: the more you focus on your own growth, the less power they have over you. Your challenge, a path to empowerment. Here's your challenge. Every time you catch yourself spiraling into thoughts about someone else, redirect that energy toward a personal goal. Think of it as a mental workout. The more you practice, the stronger your focus becomes. Before you know it, you'll realize that the person you were obsessing over is no longer the center of your world. You are. Underscore 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 underscore. The key to lasting peace, creating your own tranquil life. The ultimate goal. Not just getting over someone, but building a life where your peace doesn't depend on anyone else. What's the point of moving on if you let someone else disrupt your peace in the future? Long-term peace isn't something that magically appears, it's something you create. Think of it like a garden. It needs care, attention, and boundaries to thrive. And just like a garden, peace isn't a one-time effort. You can't just plant the seeds and walk away expecting them to bloom forever. You need to nurture it, protect it from weeds, pests, and storms. And in your life, those weeds are the people and situations that threaten your mental and emotional well-being. So the real question is, what are you doing to protect your peace, and how are you using your own pain to grow stronger? Turn your pain into power. Your journey has just begun. Are you ready to break free from the past? Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. One path pulls you back into the past, keeping you chained to old pain, trapped in a cycle of overthinking. The other path. That's the one where you rise, where you say, enough is enough. I deserve better. Every piece of advice we've shared today isn't just about surviving the no contact phase. It's about transforming it into the most powerful act of self-love you've ever experienced. Silence isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. Every moment of discomfort is a stepping stone toward becoming the person you were always meant to be, not just someone who endures life, but someone who thrives in it. You don't need anyone else's approval to feel worthy. You are enough, just as you are. You are stronger than the pain, wiser than the doubts, and braver than you even realize. The road ahead may not always be easy, but it will absolutely be worth it. And here's the best part, the person waiting for you on the other side of this silence. That's the healed, confident, unshakable version of yourself that you're going to love more than you've ever loved anyone else. Ready to begin your journey of healing? If this message resonated with you, take a moment to support this channel by hitting the subscribe button. It's not just about numbers, it's about making sure that more people who are struggling like you can find this message and start their own path to healing. When you subscribe, you're helping spread a message of growth, resilience, and empowerment to those who need it the most. Before you go, drop a comment below saying, I choose myself. Let that be your declaration, your commitment to putting your peace, your growth, and your well-being above everything else. Remember, you're not alone. This community is here to support you every step of the way. Together, we're building something much bigger than just surviving no contact. We're building lives filled with strength, purpose, and unstoppable self-worth. Are you ready to thrive?